Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're doing another review. Now, a little bit of an update on the previous review that I've done. I got a lot of things planned for this month. So the original plan was to put out this little review. So I'm going to be splitting the reviews into two types of videos. That is the quick reviews and the more in-depth reviews. I have an in-depth review coming. Now, I don't actually know which movie I'm going to watch for that, but it's going to be a horror movie to coincide with Halloween. And I am really excited for that. So get ready for that because I'm really excited. It's going to be way more edited than it's going to be crazy. It's going to be me actually talking over clips. It's going to be me talking about the clips, the movie. It's going to be long too. So yeah, I can't wait to do that. Expect that Halloween. That probably won't be uploaded till Halloween. So yeah, there's that. But, we're entering, so this is going to be a quicker review because I don't have much to say, honestly. Because for movies that I actually enjoyed, I'll be talking less about them just because there's not that much to complain about. So it will not be as long as the Transformers review, I hope. With that being said, I recently saw, what was it, Boy and the Beast? Was it Beast and the Boy? I can't remember. Boy the Beast, Beast the Boy. It was an anime movie, which I enjoyed quite a lot. It was really entertaining. This was recommended to me by a friend. Shout out to that friend if he's watching this video. I'm not sure if he is. He gave me 3 anime movies. I don't know why I'm giving you 5, but he gave me 3 anime movies to check out. And I figured, hey, why not check them out? So I've only checked out one of them. I was going to do it this entire weekend, but I got really lazy. So I figured, hey, let's try it out now, let's check it out now. So yeah, I checked it out and I enjoyed it. But let's talk about it before, I get too tired. I'm really tired, by the way, so this one's going to be another bad review, but hopefully better than the last review. So yeah, so the story was the fact that there are 2 worlds. There's the human world and then there's this beast world full of animal people. And basically there's this old dude, really old dude, I think he's called an elder or something, like an elder or an ancient, I can't quite remember. He's this rabbit dude, and turns out he needs to ascend to a god, and he has 2 people who he has to pass it down to. One is this royalty man. He's very well trained. He's got 2 kids. He's highly respected. The other one is this big shaggy wolf dude or bear man who doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have a student or an apprentice. He doesn't have anything like that. He's just kind of a bum. So yeah, basically the god has to decide the fates of who will win. Basically, they need to hold a competition to see who wins out of pure strength. And yeah, that's kind of the plot. And the plot is that back in the human world, this kid doesn't have his mom died. His dad is gone because the mom divorced him. So he's living by himself. He's this 9-year-old kid, and he runs away. He starts living on his own. And then all of a sudden one day he's discovered by the beast dude. And he's looking for a disciple in the human world. And he's like, yo, come with us. And the kid's like, alright, I'll go with you. And then they go, and then he ends up in the beast world. And that's basically the whole movie. The plot is basically him trying to become the beast man's disciple. But there is more to it than that. So while he's in this beast world area, he's supposed to be training and becoming the beast man's disciple. He has a name. I'm really sorry. I'm bad at names. They're all Japanese names. The kid's name was Ren, but he got his name changed, so I don't really remember. But it is a beautiful movie. I'll say that right now. It is absolutely gorgeous to look at. These same people did Summer Wars, and I never watched Summer Wars, but it was a beautiful looking movie. The animation is absolutely stunning. All the fight scenes have real weight to them, and it is really gorgeous to look at. Almost every scene, even the character designs are all really unique and interesting, for the most part. I don't know, the Pigman's kind of boring, but aside from the old Pigman, aside from that, I like most of the characters. The kid was alright. I think actually the kid was better when he was younger. He kind of became older, and I thought he was less interesting, because the movie, he starts off as a youngling, and he's training, and he's all angry and aggressive because he didn't have a family anymore. But when he gets older, he becomes more of an angsty teen, and it's I don't know. I didn't like him as much then. He's super troubled and all that. And I will be talking about spoilers, so just keep that in mind. Spoilers are not off the table for this review. But yeah, I enjoyed the main character for the most part. It was interesting to watch his quest, and yeah, it was enjoyable overall. The Beast was a great character. Very angry, very serious. Just wanted someone to be like him. He just wanted someone to train after, or to take after him, because he never had any children. So he sees the kid that he took with him as his child. And that's a really, they can see that they become really connected, and they are very connected throughout the entire movie. So the other characters aren't too big of a deal. There is the rival of the Beast dude, this like hog man, and he's okay. He doesn't have much of a character. He's just kind of like, I don't like the human. And he's like, oh, I like the human now. So he doesn't have much of a character. He has two kids, which one of the kids is like starts off as a fat bully, and then he becomes the kid's friend. The other kid starts off as, he's nice to the kid, but then he's evil. And that's what it turns out. Spoilers. The same kid kind of becomes the final bad guy of the movie, which is kind of a weird twist. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But, so yeah, there's that. The other two characters that I can really talk about, or three, I guess, I can talk about the two side characters that are kind of this, like, wise pig man, who's just a nice dude. He's just the nice, you know, wise person. Like, almost like a sensei type, but he's not even that old. And then there's, like, the monkey dude who's kind of an asshole at the beginning. And then by the time that, so he's kind of an asshole in the beginning, but he kind of, you know, likes the kid more and more as the movie goes on. So yeah, he's great. And then the last character that I can really talk about is the old dude. The really old agent guy. He's nothing special. He's just a mentor dude. Oh yeah, and there was also the girl who, she was kind of a pseudo love interest. And by that I mean she wasn't really the love interest, because the dude never actually fell in love with her. They never even got together in the end. It was basically just somebody who supported him in the real world, and the kid in the real world when he grew up. And she was, I didn't like her too much. She was kind of bland. She seemed like a nice person, don't get me wrong, but she was just pretty bland, and she didn't really offer all too much. So she was just kind of there in the final battle, just like running around and stuff like that. So I don't know. I wasn't too big of a fan of her, but yeah. But that's really all I have to say for the characters. Most of them were well developed, not incredibly well developed. I watched the English dub version, not the subs or whatever. I watched the English dub. It was pretty good. I liked most of the voices. I think the Beast was well done. I think the kid did a good job. More towards the beginning, definitely. I think towards the end it was kind of whatever. Most of the characters did a really good job. I especially like the monkey dude. The monkey dude who's one of the best friends. I find him to be probably one of my favorite characters. Not because he's complex or anything, just because he's fun. He mostly just sits in the background, dicking around, doing nothing, so he was kind of funny, but yeah. Now we're diving a little bit into spoilers, so if you don't like spoilers, I'm sorry. I'm going to be talking about spoilers, so here we go. Okay, so first of which, basically once the final fight builds up, it's been years later, and now this final fight between these two big dudes, the Beast Man and the Hog Man, it's finally time for them to fight. And the fight goes well. It's actually not going too well, because the Beast Man's losing. And then, the boy, who's grown up now, he's like 17 years old, he comes back, and he comes back from the human world, and he's like, yo, you can do it, you can win. Or no, he says, you can't win, you suck. And he's all negative, because that's how they trained. They were very harsh when they were training together. And then he's like, oh, I'm mad now. And then he beats the Hog Man, and everything seems good. But then the son of the Hog Man, one of the kids, the reserved one, what he does is he has psychic powers, and he stabs the Beast guy with the sword, and he gets injured. and it's kind of confirmed that the Hogman's kid is actually human, which humans are not allowed in the beast world. It's not like it's forbidden, but it's just like, oh great, there's a human in the beast world. Humans have this darkness inside their heart, which I thought was kind of stupid. Like, oh yeah, all humans are bad. That's not true. And I think it would have made a better message to explain that everyone has darkness inside of them, rather than just making it seem like these beasts are completely moral people. Because the actual beast themselves, the actual beast himself, the actual main beast in the movie, he's kind of an asshole. So it would make sense for him to have kind of a dark heart. But no, apparently only humans can have dark hearts. It's kind of dumb. And then this whole final battle, we didn't get to know anything about the villain, really. He was pretty just there, and I don't know, I didn't like him too much. He just didn't offer. I think this movie definitely deserved 30 more minutes to focus on Hogman and his kids, especially the psychic kid who is the main bad guy. I think then if we got enough explanation, enough screen time with them, I think we could have developed them a little bit more, and I think I could have saw the villain for what he was a little bit more. But just as is, the villain was very bland. And even the final fight, which was visually amazing, it was so beautiful. Unfortunately, it didn't really hit home. It just didn't really sell me on the emotion. And then in the end, the beast guy sacrifices himself to become a god, and puts himself in a sword, and becomes a god to help the boy defeat the psychic kid. And then he does, and then he goes inside the boy's heart, which is references back to a line where he's like, search for the sword in your heart, or search for the sword in your soul, or something like that. So yeah, kind of goes back to that. But yeah, that's really it for spoilers. I mean, it's a really good movie. So I'm going to go on to my final. As I said, the animation is absolutely stellar. This movie is just worth watching for the visuals alone. It is so beautiful. Like, you will get lost in the animation. I know a lot of people who don't like anime just because it's anime, but whatever. I really enjoyed the movie as is. You don't have to be an anime fan to enjoy the movie. The animation is very smooth. Even shots of people like walking is just it's so beautiful. And I recently watched the Berserk movies, the Berserk trilogy, and that trilogy is so good. So I may review that one day. I'm not sure. It's kind of a touchy subject, but whatever. This movie in general was very beautiful. I recommend it if you want to see some good. Anytime this studio does a movie or a project, it is going to look absolutely stunning. Every project that they have done it's looked so good, and this is no exception. I recommend checking out Summer Wars. I never saw Summer Wars, however, the animation looked like beautiful. They have a thing for animal people too, which is weird, but it was a great movie. I definitely recommend it if you're a fan of animation. It's beautiful. The plot is a little weak in my opinion, but it's definitely the relationship between the beast and the boy that makes the movie, I think. The parts where they're training and the montage of him